see one pattern window, right? One is the presentation part, the second one is the model component, and the third one is the controller. Presentation means only it will display, I mean, whatever the components we are seeing on the web browser, this is nothing but the presentation part. Once you make a request, if some validation is happening, I mean, validation is happening means something will, I mean, this model component will get some data or store some data by using the database. It means it is going to communicate with the database. That type of information will be available in the model component. And the controller is nothing but it will act as an intermediary because it will decide to, I mean, it will decide the request what has to be response to be generated. If the request requires only the presentation again, then it will directly throw the page to the view component. Otherwise, it will throw the page to the model component. Okay. Understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What, Saurabh?
Uh,
Any
yes.
confusion on this one?
No, sir.
So here I am using a browser, okay, and I am sending a request, okay. I am sending a request here. Once I make a request, then who will take the request?
Web container.
The controller. The web container will not do anything. It's over with the server itself. The server will not take any request what you are passing. Remember that point.
Okay.
Everything will be maintained by the controller only from now onwards, because the controller knows how or what way the response has to be generated.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the container will not do anything from now onwards. Everything will be taken care by the controller only here. So the controller will decide. Understood what I said?
Yes, sir.
Here we will get a doubt like how the controller will know whether the request has to be processed to the model component or to the view component. Because it has to get the data from somewhere, right? Basically, we will provide the information of our application in an XML file in the same case. Okay.
But sir, uh,
Ah,
for web controller to process a request, it would require both the model and the view, right, sir?
for the hello.
Pardon, sir. I'm saying that for a controller to process a request, it would require both of the components, model and the view.
Model and that's what I'm saying. The application should be designed with these three components only. Okay, each and every application has to be designed with these three components only.
Yes, sir.
One thing, by using the presentation only, you will make a request. Okay. If
Yes.
once suppose you are just typing some page with yahoo.com, there you no need to provide any validation or something. Okay, just if you take yahoo.com, then directly the page will be displayed.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and there if you click on sign in, there you will provide the username and password, right?
Yes, sir.
And click on submit button. It means the data has to be validated there. Okay,
Model.
then
Yes, sir.
the information will be, I mean, then the model will connect with the database.
And accordingly, the view will be generated.
Based on that one, the response will be generated. How the response will be generated? Model component will not throw the page directly. Okay, what it will do is it will throw the response to the view. And again the response will be generated on the browser. That's how it works.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is what exactly the flow of this particular MVC pattern. Now, As I told, as I'm telling you that each and every, I mean, I'm just asking, I just told you that the controller will decide whether the request has to be processed to the model or to the view directly, right? For that one, uh, what I will do here is, what I want to say here is how the controller will get that information.
It would like depend on the type of request it is receiving.
What, Saurabh?
I'm saying like it would depend on the type of request the controller has received.
One second, one second. What is this? Vamsi is waiting on news. Come on, don't know what.
You may be on the wrong link.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Confused. Oh, my internet is not. 1 second. Yeah, Saurabh. So here, the thing here is we are saying that we are talking about the controller, right? The controller will decide whether the request has to be processed to the model component or to directly to the view component. How the controller will know this information? Basically, what will happen here is for a web application, okay, for a particular web application, there will be some HTML pages or there will be some JSP pages or there will be some servlet classes or whatever it may be. We need to configure all this information. Okay, we need to configure all this information into the XML file. Now, if you take the servlet technology, then there will be an XML file called as a web.xml file, right? In the same way, here also instructs particularly we have an XML file called as a configuration file, config.xml file. So what this config.xml file will do? This particular config.xml file will be useful for me or will be useful for the developer to store or to configure the information of the classes or the pages, or I will say that the information of the model, the information of the view, and the information of the controller will be configured in that particular XML file. So based on that information, the controller will act on the request what I am making. That is how exactly the controller will work here. Understood? So that's the reason why here I make a direct link to the controller, like the controller will get the information from the structs config.xml.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the way how we need to understand the structs flow diagram. Okay, we need to understand the structs flow diagram. Hi, Vamsi.
Hi sir, I was waiting on another link. Sir. Sorry.
I mentioned you that this link is only for today.
I think I know about it, sir.
No,
Sir, I will take the video, sir. Yeah. Nani? I will take the video, sir, for someone from someone.
Saurabh will definitely forward the video.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
So we had discussed about the MDC design pattern, and we had seen the internal structure, how the struts flow, I mean application of a flow, I mean application flow diagram, okay, of the struts application we discussed just now. Okay, so Saurabh, just and Vamsi, please look into these steps, each and every point here, and if any questions, then I will discuss with you. Please go ahead. Once you complete it, please.
Sir, what is this web.xml for?
Very good question, Saurabh. Web.xml file is a file. It's an XML file basically, okay, which contains some default information of the classes that are available in the structs framework. Okay, what the server will do once the server is started, immediately the server will look into the XML file, right? Here also, first of all, the server will look into the XML. And it will understand what type of application is this, because it contains some action servlets information. Action servlets information means these are the servlets classes that are available in the structure framework. So by saying that itself, it will come to a clarity. Yes, it's going to, it's definitely a structs application like that. Okay. Clear now, Saurabh?
Yes, sir. So can you scroll down?
Yeah.
Vamsi, have you read it?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you scroll down, please?
Sir, let's
Sir,
Yeah.
scroll. So this property file
Hmm.
is for internationalization, right?
Right, perfect. Not only for the internalization, whenever you want to store some information in the format of and the value pair, okay, then we will use that particular property file.
So how is it accessed by the struts controller?
Because the information of the property file will be available inside your XML file.
Okay. Uh, config.xml.
Config.xml only.
But
Inside the XML file, you will be having some information about the property files. The complete path will be there.
in the figure it was connected to the uh, different part. I guess view.
This one.
This property file.
Property file is totally different one because what exactly the property file contains means property file will be having some information where it has to pop up. Okay, so suppose you are going to write some validation like username is required or password is required. So if I didn't provide the username according to the validation logic I provided, then I will get an exception. Exception means I should get a message. Okay, message will be popped up because of the information what I configured in my property file. So
Yes.
the data should be available in the format of key and the value page. It will be like this. Username is required means that definitely uh, the message will be displayed and a user required. Password is required. Like that, some key and value pair will be provided in. And not only that one, mainly we can use the property file for the I-18 application for different country, region, languages, local languages. We can use the property file there. Okay, we can use it in many ways. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's how the property file is work. Okay, so I think so that at least you understand something about this particular struts flow diagram or struts application or whatever it may be. Okay, so in tomorrow's session I'm going to discuss about the configuration of an XML file because struts application struts is very easy. The only thing here is once you understand the first part of the application, then automatically there will be small changes and you can easily get into that struts. If you didn't understand that one, then whole struts will not be understood. Okay, so struts is very easy basically. The only thing here is this will be understanding the way how we are going to develop the application. To understand the nature of that structure framework. So in tomorrow's session is very important right? Because I just want to explain you how we are going to configure the XML file and everything because uh, that is the only, I feel that is the only typical part the structs. The remaining things I hope so that you will do it very easily because there will be some action classes, there will be some action forms. Okay. The action forms will be different. It looks like very easy. But you should understand the nature of it. Then definitely you will be enjoying the structs framework. Okay. Right, guys, I will forward this material to you. Okay. So in tomorrow's session, we will be discussing about the configuration side. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Vamsi, please join the meet in tomorrow's session. Same link. Okay. Right. Bye.
Thank you, sir.